What's up, great people? Probably live right now. Hidden. It should be okay. Active. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about these videos that we about to react to. Definitely appreciate you watching. If you want to rewatch, I just need to make sure that we live on both pages, and I'll be good to go. I know I'm live on one of them. Okay, we are live on both of them. I just need to change this setting. And I definitely appreciate you watching. And if you're watching right now, just hit that like button. It's there. Hit that subscribe button. Comment below what y'all think we should talk about next. Or I clicked the bottom one last time. It both bet not be this vertical. Okay, they're not. Alrighty. Alright. Save. Alright, we ready almost. Mm-hmm. Yep. Alright guys, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. We about to watch this Pooh Shiesty arrested. So this is actually crazy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. This is some Suge Knight back in the day type stuff. Like, bro, you about to let me out this contract no matter what. I'm seeing on the internet that he lost 10 million and a bunch of stuff. So his contract must have been crazy for him to be like, bro, you about to let me out of this contract. And it's a crazy idea. I will tell you that. It's, hey, they like, man, we real gangsters. We ain't about to keep playing with you, and playing with our money and playing with our.
9 men, including Memphis rappers Pooh Shiesty and Big 30, are facing federal charges for allegedly kidnapping and robbing rapper Gucci Mane. This comes just one day.
Like, that's so crazy. Crazy. But it's like, man, they like, bruh, you're not about to keep playing with my top. Like, and I'm hearing he just got out. Like, bro, you just got out and you gonna do this? You just might as well roll it out, bruh. Like, just ride it out. You signed the contract, you agreed to the terms. Just ride it out. It was gonna be over sooner than later.
After Fox 13 broke the story about a raid at a Cordoba home that belongs to Pooh Shiesty's dad. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm Darcy Thomas. A neighbor.
And he brought his dad along, or his dad was like, bro, we not about to. I told you that this definitely was a Suge Knight, and honestly, thing is, bro, we're not in a day and age where people ain't snitching. They snitching quick. Your gangsters ain't gangsters. Your gangsters in suits with lawyers and media, and they listen.
Told Fox 13 that raid started around 5:30 yesterday morning.
These couple of loud booms, so I came outside and, I heard them say, come out with your hands up. We've got a warrant.
Tonight, we've learned while agents were arresting Pooh Shiesty's dad here, agents were also arresting the rapper in Texas. Now, the same day.
5:30 a.m. 5:30 a.m. They came in there and like, bruh, like this is one of them stories. It's like, man, why? I know why. This is one of them you testing my gangster type of stories. But you gotta realize You don't live in that day and age no more. You got cameras, you got everything that's like, you can't do it like this.
He was released from.
And to be honest, you really can't do it because it's hard to go undetected from cameras. There's cameras everywhere.
Federal custody after serving 3 years for a gun crime. Fox 13's investigative reporter.
Serving 3 years. You just got out. And you like, bro, I'm going back. You couldn't even release no music yet.
Kayla Solomon joins us live from the federal courthouse in Memphis, where some of the men implicated are scheduled to go before a judge tomorrow. Kayla, investigators say the alleged crimes happened in Texas.
Yeah, Darcy, the Department of Justice says this all stemmed from a business meeting that occurred in a Dallas recording studio earlier this year. If you recall, Fox 13 told you that Lontrell Williams Jr., also known as Pooh Shiesty, was released from federal prison and placed in a halfway house in Dallas just months ago.
Lontrell Williams Jr. arraigned.
And to the thing too, like, I will say, before I say this, like, it's not Gucci Mane's fault. He had him under contract for whatever reason and whatever terms. But at the same time, too, bro, somebody want to get out their contract, just let them out their contract. Like, we should be bigger than, stuff like this. Like, you shouldn't be holding somebody and making them have to do this. Which he didn't make him have to do this. And I know some people going to feel like, hey, you shouldn't have did this, you shouldn't have did that. But if somebody want to get out their contract, bro, just let them out. Like, just let them out their contract. Stop trying to keep this person, stop trying to keep this person. Like, all right, you did some stuff. Now you feel like you're in complete control of this person. And now this person got to do what they got to do to where they feel like they need to, take it back to Suge Knight days. But I guess, this is where it's like, the streets, like, these people from the streets and stuff like this. So you already know if you don't allow them to get out, which it's not right. Like, it's not right what they did. But at the end of the day, Gucci Mane could have helped this situation, like understanding his situation and like, all right, bro, I put you on, or he, I'm guessing he feel like he put him on and like, without me, you would be nowhere type stuff. Like, so I deserve to, keep you under contract until further notice. And some people not gonna do it. But at the end of the day, man, if people want to, if somebody want to get out their contract and they don't want to work with you no more, y'all not going in the same direction, you might as well just let them out their contract, bro. Just let them out their contract and let them do what they gonna do. Like, could have been avoided. But he want to play the legal route, like, bro, I got you on the contract, you ain't going nowhere. And that's where I'm assuming this happened, and this why it led to where it led to. Because that's usually the only time something like this gonna happen, is because, like, bro, you about to let me out my contract. And he like, hey, I ain't letting you out of nothing. I got you on the contract. I put you where you at. So
This meeting purportedly to discuss.
Nah, y'all both ain't getting nothing out of the deal. Now, Gucci Mane ain't getting nothing out of the deal. And maybe he is still, because stuff like this, Pooh Shiesty's name in the media, so now this gonna make people listen to his music and all that stuff. Like, this is crazy.
The terms of his recording contract with one of the victims.
Williams, also known as Memphis.
But me, I'm a solution-based person. Before people probably get to jump into conclusions about me and why it wasn't right. I don't agree. I'm not saying this is right for him to do this, but I can see a solution to where this could have been avoided for both sides. Pooh Shiesty, he could have just rolled the deal out, and Gucci Mane, knowing that he want to be out of the deal, could have just let him out the deal. Like, at the end of the day, you could have just let him out the deal, but you want to play this, y'all want to play this dirty game. And the thing about it is, Gucci Mane, why you should have probably let him out the deal is because they could have killed you to get out of it. They didn't, but they could have. And your life is, you willing to risk your life for this stuff, and you think you're going to keep signing these guys that's in the streets, and you think you're going to keep being able to keep them on a contract. Next time it ain't going to be this. Next time it ain't going to be like this. And still, if he got these people that's doing this to you, still, he got more than 7 people. So now your life about to be in risk. Because one, you broke the street code. And then you snitch too. So now they really about to be like, hey, I'm about to touch his head. But, you know, he may feel like he untouchable. So why you can't, you know, you can't be doing it. I don't agree with it. I'm just saying what possibly could happen and how the streets work.
This rapper Pooh Shiesty was signed to Gucci Mane's 1017 record label. Gucci Mane's real name is Roderick Davis. Court records identified the victim of the alleged crimes as RD.
Once these 3 men were inside the recording studio, Williams Jr. and 8 co-conspirators, several of whom traveled from Memphis, Tennessee, executed a coordinated armed takeover. As alleged, Williams Jr. produced an AK-style pistol and forced one of the victims to sign a release from the recording contract at gunpoint.
Ryan Raybould is the U.S. attorney on the case. He says the other men involved
Definitely like some movie type stuff, I'll tell you that.
Including Rodney Wright Jr., known as Big 30, and Pooh Shiesty's father, Lontrell Williams Sr., robbed the victims of items including Rolex watches, jewelry, cash, and other high-value items.
Within hours.
And you talking about they robbed them too. Not only did you get out of the contract, you robbed them too, bro. See, that's where you take it too far. But it's like, hey, we taking it there, let's take it there. Like, you robbed them too, bro. You could have just got out of your contract. Like, just sign this contract, let me get out of this. You ain't got to do the rest of it. Like, it is, now you up. You know, you out of your contract, you good. But you have to rob them too. Like, this one about to come back.
Hours of leaving the Dallas studio, a number of the defendants were on social media displaying some of the items that appeared to be the jewelry that had been robbed from the victims.
Raybould.
Bro, y'all is, oh my geez. Oh my, if you gonna do something like this, at least be smart. You gonna put it on social media? Y'all be snitching on yourself. Like, literally on yourself. Like, y'all gonna post it on social media?
Also said electronic monitoring placed Pooh Shiesty at the studio in Dallas at the time, even though he was on home detention.
Bro, like, you just wasn't thinking. Like, you just was not thinking. And at the end of the day, too, it's like, you still was about to make some money. Some good money. Like, but, you know, a lot of times it's be about who you're around. Your dad was a part of this, so this tell you, man, these are some real street guys, and they still is. So this is the result of street stuff. And luckily it didn't end in nobody not being here no more. Cause it coulda. And just like, bruh, like he got placed there by his ankle monitor. They robbed him for their stuff. Like, just come there and get what you were supposed to get out of the contract.
The terms of his home detention were that he would not commit another federal offense or possess a firearm. His father, Lontrell Williams Sr., is alleged to have helped plan and execute the federal kidnapping as charged in the complaint.
Williams Sr. and 4 of the other men will appear in federal court here in Memphis tomorrow. We know that Pooh Shiesty is expected in federal court also tomorrow, but in Dallas. Coming up at 6, I'll tell you more about what evidence was.
Like, this is crazy. This is so crazy. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like, I can't believe he got himself caught up in this. Like, how, bro? Like, how do you get yourself caught up in something like this? Like, it's a few things that's like, bruh, it's a few problems I see with this. It's like, one, you gonna do something like this, at least, but a lot of times when people do something like this, they just not thinking stuff through. So it's gonna be hard for you to even plan this out right. Just plan it out right, at least. He shouldn't have been there, first of all. What do you think they was gonna do? Like, did you think for 1 second they wasn't gonna snitch on y'all? And then you robbed them for their stuff, and then the rest of them posting it, the jury online. Oh my jeez. Like, oh my, like that's crazy. Which I'm not saying you should have did it. I don't agree with it. I feel like both parties could have avoided this. I feel like Gucci Mane could have avoided this, which he not wrong. If you're in a contract with somebody, you're in a contract with somebody. But at the end of the day, where is the just being, right, just understanding somebody's side. Like, and in this world, people don't understand people's side, and that's why people lead up to what they lead up to sometimes. Like, bro, let me out of my contract. Like, and he don't got to. But it's like sometimes, even with like, the NBA, it's like they don't be wanting to let these people out their contract. And sometimes if both sides not agreeing, they just let them out their contract. Like, here, you can go do what you got to do. Like, this is the biggest leagues in the world, and they let people out of their contract. So what makes you feel like you ain't? Because that's why Hollywood and the music industry is dirty, which I'm not agreeing with what Pooh Shiesty did at all. He definitely shouldn't have did what he did. He should have just rolled it out. Like, all right, I signed it, I agreed to it, and just rolled it out. It is what it is. But this is one of them things when you get the streets involved, you get your mind involved, and his dad was included in it, so it wasn't nobody to talk him out of it. He was a part of it. Like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. No, bro, this ain't no good idea. And y'all was making some good money. Like, it wasn't like y'all wasn't making nothing that's straight. This is crazy. And he just got out too, bro. Like, geez, like you didn't care. You did not care. So let me know what y'all think about that. Comment below, share, subscribe. We'll go from there with this, man, because that's ridiculous. Ridiculous, people. And I think I'm gonna go to this topic next.
If you're a dad watching this and you don't have life insurance, we need to have an honest conversation here real quick. I get it.
Teams taking over neighborhoods. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about this topic. This topic right here to me is close and dear to me. It's not, and it is, but it's like the solution is I want to say this first. I'm a solution-based person. I'm not somebody that just point the finger and automatically blame or talk about what happened or talk about this or talk about whose fault it is, because it's not necessarily nobody's fault. It's crazy because I don't agree with what they're doing. I don't think they should be doing what they're doing. I'm not even in the middle of it because I'm against it, because it's really crazy that they're doing what they're doing. But I'm not just about to. We're gonna watch what they say. Let's watch some of what they talking about.
Okay, we'll keep it with the driving theme and when things don't work out. Out of control teenagers taking over streets across the nation now. Those scenes from Los Angeles, just a glimpse of what cities are dealing with, and it's not just LA. Right now, city council members in Washington, D.C. are preparing to vote on extending the emergency youth curfew meant to curb these wild events. You're watching out now.
My question is why? That's what I'm not understanding. Why is this going on and how?
I'm Harris Faulkner here with my co-host Emily Campagno. Joining us today, Molly Line, Fox News correspondent, Lisa Booth, Fox News political analyst, and
I will say before we watch this, I feel like all these people that's talking right now are real, just all Republicans, and I don't agree with what they're saying, but I do know something do need to change.
with us for the first time, Captain Barry Butch Wilmore, former NASA astronaut and author of Stuck in Space, as astronauts hope through the unexpected. Amazing. Okay, I can't go on with any stories without touching with you. First of all, welcome.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you. I mean, this is pretty surreal for me. I tied in from space one day. I got my topics were done, or my tasks were done, and news popped up. Outnumbered was on.
You can watch.
Sure, my friend. Now I'm in the center of the couch. This is wild.
Okay, but hopefully it doesn't feel as stuck as you did up there.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, God bless you and hands. All right. Well, you are outnumbered.
I am indeed.
But not outdone.
No, let's go.
Okay, let's get started. Many cities have turned to curfews and other restrictions to try to discourage teenagers, but the trend is now spreading. In the last few months, police in 11 cities have responded to takeovers, some of which
Chicago, Florida, Atlanta,
have turned violent. Many of them events are organized.
They saying these, but they were saying LA in the beginning, and I don't see LA up here at all.
It's on social media, so they're getting bigger as more people respond. Like this one. Let's take a look. It turned a Wisconsin mall into a madhouse. Videos show hundreds of masked spring breakers invading stores and starting fights. And at least 13 people were arrested in that one. Law enforcement officials are warning viral videos.
And they so stupid too, because everybody is snitching on themselves nowadays. Somebody recording it. But I'm not understanding why. They want to blame the parents. They want to blame, like, I'm not understanding what gets you to this point. Like, oh, I'm about to go invade. We about to go invade this store, and like, I really just don't understand, to be honest. Like, I'm trying to like think about like just what's going on, and political people just want to automatic blame this side, blame that side. Like,
videos of these events are breeding copycats now. And police departments say they are overwhelmed as a small gathering can devolve into chaos very quickly. Lisa, what's your thought?
Well, I blame Democrats. Full stop.
Like, see, right there. She's like, oh, I blame Democrats, full step. Like, come on, man. Comment below who y'all blame or what's up. It's not really, I don't feel like it's a blame game. I'm a solution-based person. Let's talk solutions. Let's not just, oh, Democrats did this, they loosened up this. Like, come on, man.
I mean, for decades.
You think that's gonna stop people from doing what they doing?
In years now, they have been leading this breakdown of society.
This whole thing, honestly, I already know what this is. This is a political race. This is a political race. That's the only why they're doing this.
From all different vantage points, from a policy standpoint to the narrative around policing, also culturally as well. I mean, you look at the policing angle, all the soft on crime stuff that Democrats have pushed, the elimination of cash bail, abolishing the police, and then you get to culturally with welfare, incentivizing single family homes, punishing marriage.
That's right there is where I 100% disagree with her. You can tell when somebody never struggled or when somebody never went through something in their life. Talking about single welfare is the reason why people are in a single household. They thinking people are literally like, okay, I'm about to be a single mama so I can get on welfare. Her mindset is thinking that, like, that's not the case at all. That's not the case at all. Stuff just don't work out and stuff. The difference is when stuff don't work out with people in her position, she got a family member that can help her out to where she don't have to depend, you know, she don't need no help. Ain't nobody incentivized because ain't nobody thinking like, oh, I'm about to be a single mama so I can get welfare. Like, ain't nobody thinking that.
As well, you look at the breakdown of God, of, you know, mocking God as well, mocking the family unit. And then you look at the narrative around policing. You could go back to Michael Brown, hands up, don't shoot. President Obama pushed that lie. He said it was a breakdown of, you know, the policing and, you know, really blamed the police throughout the era. You look at Kamala Harris, she went and told Jacob Blake in Wisconsin that she was proud of him, a guy who showed up at his own victim's home to re-victimize her and then pulled a knife on police officers. Kamala Harris also encouraged people to fund the Minnesota Bail Fund. as well, and to bail out some of those rioters in Minnesota. Mayor Johnson said that law enforcement was.
See, now I don't agree with that. I don't agree with people rioting and messing up stuff and doing stuff, but I don't agree with blaming either. I don't agree with, oh, the solution is to blame the next person. What solutions can we do? But that's how you know people is all about that. That's the thing about conservative and some Republicans that I don't agree with them, because it's all about, oh, it's Democrat fault, it's Democrat fault. What solution? What's the solutions?
Was a sickness. So you can go down all the way down the line and see how they have led to this degradation of society and this breakdown of society. So I blame the Democrats, full stop.
You know, my guest last hour, Kelly.
She don't understand nothing at all. She only see what she see in her eyes.
Simpson was a former U.S. attorney, Emily, and I thought of you when he talked about consequences, and he said this needs a Pavlovian response.
I like that, the bell with the dog.
Yeah.
If we view this through the lens of these are children, then we need to see that they are victims, and they could be victims. And when we talk about the violence, the nature of the crimes that they're engaging in, it is absolutely horrifying. And if you want to have that party see them for what they will, well, then they should understand that there's an epidemic of opportunity and threats to these kids' safety. Now, if you want to look at it through the lens of them being adults, it makes it all the more frightening, and that's what I think we should do. The enforcement mechanism has been totally gutted here.
I can agree with some of that. Like, you know, definitely they need to be, like, some of this stuff don't need to be happening, and they definitely, some need to be arrested, and some definitely need to be spending some more time. Like, and they see the thing about these people and what they doing, you forcing their hand, you forcing people's hand to where that's going to be the case. So stuff is gonna change, because y'all not about to keep doing this. At the end of the day, like, you're not about to keep getting away with, you know, terrorizing cities and destroying stuff. Like, oh, we just trying to have fun. No, like, no, because who's paying for this? When one of y'all hit somebody in this drag race, who's paying for this? It's not about having fun. Like, you know, it's about being safe. And
mean nothing without actual incarceration and consequences that the attorney talked about. The reality is that we have demoted family court into some type of summer camp for them. There are no consequences. There's zero accountability, and there's zero incentive for those kids to succeed whatsoever. What options have we provided for them? None in the public school sector. We've talked about the millions of dollars that we've shoved toward the unions. They're not being educated. They're not being cared for. They're not being fed in some instances. We've degraded the family unit, so they're not going home to God. They're not going home to a stable unit. Perhaps their one family member is out working 4 jobs to try to put that food on the table. So instead, they're incentivized by social media, by the dopamine hits, and by the apps that encourage them to be violent and to be viral at the expense of the collateral damage, which is good American citizens losing their lives, their livelihoods, and their property. And we're supposed to just call them kids?
Ooh, you know what you just tipped into? So we've been following all these social media trials.
yeah, she definitely tipped into that, and that's what it's all about. Like, that's what her whole purpose was. They all got different purposes on what they kind of tipped on to. I kind of, you know, her point of it is kind of agreeable. It's some points in there, but I'm still, you know, I'm still a solution-based person. I'm not really a person that likes to point the finger at, oh, this is a problem, that's the problem. You know, what's the solutions? And people don't want to talk solutions. She did have a solution though, and they definitely need, you know.
Think about the victims in some of these, and people do get hurt in some of these instances. Think about the argument that they can make, like this formed on social media. Are you going to try to call this or block it? And a lot of these people are minors, according to my last guest, the U.S. Attorney, Kelly Stimson, said most of the carjackings in Washington, D.C. are by 14-year-olds. I mean, it's a lot. Your thoughts?
It's just a symptom of the breakdown of the family. I mean, obviously, dads, where are you? Stepping in to train your children. I know my daughters, when they were born, as soon as they could understand English, the very first thing I trained them on is that you will not disrespect your mother. That was the #1 rule in our home, and it still is. And from that, you grow respect for mankind, for others, and also for society, and also for our nation, and those individuals that are making this nation great, and the looting you see taking place.
Well, to be honest, they, you know, they mama and they dads is where they at. They ain't, you know, they still kids and trying to do what they doing. And who got something to do with social media too. They got something. It's a lot of pieces of this puzzle that's, you know, they got to be unraveled.
These videos, it's just very sad. Break down the family is a big part of this.
I think I thought all great points, the breakdown of the family, the challenges with policy. Another thing is the effort from law enforcement to catch up with something. With social media taking off and allowing this collaboration, they're now turning to, you know, these other takeovers that sometimes use vehicles. Very, very dangerous. These, not necessarily, but there have been a lot of laws that have been put in place to address those kinds of takeovers with
motorcycles.
Vehicles. Yes, and now they're planning to use those laws to effectively react to this in the same way. And one of the other things that I think might potentially be powerful is to going after the organizers civilly, not just criminally, but civilly as well. Now, whether or not there's much to recoup there, but to hold them responsible in some sort of way.
No, definitely going after the organizer. Like, that person definitely should be. Look at that. It say Los Angeles, California, and on the map, it wasn't even on Los Angeles, California on there. So that's weird. The news do be pushing what they want to push.
So I think law enforcement is also struggling to catch up with this as it gets underway.
So what's interesting about that, you talked about the parents.
He just stupid. He just stupid. Like, bro, you putting your face in the camera while you doing this.
Specifically the father in the home, you start hitting them in the pocketbook and you might get their attention.
That's true. You know, as a father, I mean, I'll speak to the men out there because I am a man and I am a father. I mean, men should raise their daughters to be an example for the type of man that they would seek to marry and spend their life with. And they should raise their sons to be the type of man that their sons would emulate. And we have a breakdown in society. I just read a statistic. It's either 1 in 4 or 1 in 3 households in the nation are fatherless. Fatherless homes in this nation. It's 3 times the global average. Globally, it's about 7%, and it's 23, depending on what survey you see, up to 33% of fatherless homes in our nation. And the breakdown of the home, like I said, and the fact that these kids aren't getting the stable understanding of respect and those things that dads bring to the table. Moms do too, certainly, but that stable family unit is very impactful on our society, and we've seen it, and we continue to.
Lisa?
Yeah, I mean, the police shouldn't be up to them to parent these kids. I mean, to your point,
Exactly.
Captain, it should start with the parents.
Indeed.
And I guarantee if that household was more structured and there were 2 parents checking in on their kids, we would see a reduction in this.
I know if I were.
And to be honest with them, they don't know nothing about this at all. They just talking from they stand and thinking that's it. That's not true at all. Like, a lot of these kids do got 2-parent households. A lot of them do. Like, that's not the problem. It's a lot of things that's the problem. It's the situation that they placing themselves in too, but the situation is not that 2 parents. No, that's not it. But it is everything is the reason. It's a lot of stuff that's the reason. Like, it's a lot of things that take toll and spread, and it's not just it's the world. You know, it got something to do with a little bit of everything with what they saying. Everybody got an opinion, and I'm a real person of nobody opinion is the whole truth, because it's a different reason why each one of them do what they do at the end of the day. Like, it's a different reason why each one of them do what they do, and a lot of it to me is all about money. Like, it's all about money. It's all about money, and it's all about trying to be bigger or whatever to whatever. Like, but I want to sum it down to is money and being sold all of this different type of stuff on different levels. Let me know how y'all feel about this topic. I had to talk about it, and I try not to be just like, oh, it's this person, it's that person's fault, it's that person's fault. I like to think about solutions. So if you guys got solutions, or if you got whatever you want to comment below on this topic, let me know. Comment below, share, subscribe, and we'll kind of go from there. Like, this is a touchy, topic. It's touchy, but it's just like, But like, share, subscribe, comment below.
At Grainger, we have over 1 million products, including the ones that help keep your workplace safe.
Have fun in prison.
Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Bro, like, it gets crazy. Getting kicked off the plane. Let's see what's going on.
You look good. You're not gonna do nothing. Enjoy prison, baby.
Like, bro, like, there's people like this that just give such a bad image.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. You get him.
Trouble at the terminal ends with 3 women in handcuffs, and tonight, police say it all started over baggage fees moments before a Philadelphia-bound Frontier flight. Deputies say the trio forced their way onto the plane, and when law enforcement told them to get up.
Oh my God. What did y'all think? Like, do these people be thinking? Do they be thinking when they do stuff? Because did you honestly think that you was going to be able to force your way on this plane and this plane was going to take off with you on it? You didn't think they was going to take you to jail after this?
The plane, they refused. CBS News Miami's Anna McAllister is your reporter live at Miami International Airport where the outbursts happened. Anna?
Lauren, just imagine this. You just boarded your flight, you're waiting to take off, but then 3 people on your flight, they get into it with deputies and the flight staff, and then everyone is forced to deplane, including yourself. Well, that's what happened over the weekend when this Frontier flight was heading to Philadelphia, and these 3 women, they got into it with not only law enforcement, but the staff there. Check out the cell phone video of the moment that these 3 women had to...
I need to be self-aware. Like, think about the situation. Talk to your friend. Calm your friend down.
Deboard the plane in handcuffs. Check this out.
Yeah, you look good. You're not gonna do nothing. Enjoy prison, baby.
This is so ghetto. Low-hanging fruit. So stupid, so silly. And unfortunately, it also devalues the airlines, right? Because Frontier has developed a similar reputation to Spirit Airlines in that it is the ghetto airlines where you'll often see some of the most egregious things, such as what you just witnessed right here. And so these women don't have any self-respect, all 3 of them. Now they're facing charges, and the reputations of these airlines continue to take a hit. Frontier and then Spirit and a lot of...
Like, it's just crazy. It's just like, I try my best not to, you know, I'm a real non-biased person, but it's like, bruh, like, what did you think? Did you think this over at all? Like, for 1 second. For 1 second, how did you think this was gonna go? I wish we can have like the whole video of what happened on the plane, but at the end of the day, you know, this not your plane. This not your airline. Like, just follow the rules. Follow the rules, chill out, go home, tell your friend to chill out.
Times I even seen in the comments that they said, why is Spirit on my Frontier? So what I've learned is that even when these type of incidents happen on other airlines, it's not taken the same way because they like, well, why are you even here? Why are you on this airline? One of the problems and one of the reasons is because when you do get these type of situations, it happens with the lowest common denominator, and it's because the barrier to access to entry is much lower. So when you actually lower the amount that it costs for you to get over into the next place, this airline in particular, then you're going to invite the lowest common denominator, right? You're going to invite the riffraff a lot of times because they don't have the resources to be able to do certain other things. Whereas, and I'm not saying that Delta is so expensive and awesome, but they have developed a much greater reputation. So I'm going to use them as an example, right? When you take a Delta, right, they don't nickel and dime you to death. The price is the price. They also have a great experience. I'm a Diamond Medallion member now, and it costs a lot more sometimes for you to have certain experiences. And it's kind of like riding first class versus riding coach as far as comparing airlines. You don't see the same type of characters. You don't experience the same type of things because they have a greater barrier.
Yeah, that's true. It's definitely true. You got to pay the price to not have to deal with some stuff. And that's, you know, that's one of the reasons why they do it. It's unfortunate that that's the case, and you know, it's unfortunate that it comes down to you pay for what you get sometimes. But you shouldn't even have to deal with this. Like, everybody should have, you know, respect for everybody. And
barrier to entry, it's going to cost more. It's the reason why a lot of buildings or a lot of environments, you're not necessarily paying for the house. You're paying for the land. And the land is much more expensive, and that's why it prices you out, because if you don't make a certain amount of money, or if you don't have...
Yep, you're definitely not paying for the house. You're paying for the neighborhood. You never pay for the house. You pay for the neighborhood. Like, I preach that all the time. Like, you know, and that's what our society, you know, that's what it is, you know. You don't pay for, you know, the house you can have a small house in Rural Oak that's the same size as a house in Detroit, and you're paying $300,000, $400,000, $500,000. That's, you know, that's the same house that you can get, you know, for prime example in Detroit, 1,300 square foot, and for $100,000 or $200,000 more, just because the neighborhood.
A certain net worth, then you won't be able to maintain staying in that same place because you don't generate that type of revenue, right? So it prices out the riffraff. And a lot of times, people that have money and have resources, it's not necessarily just about the money. It's about the fact that they want a certain experience. They want a certain...
That's really where it's always about the, you know, the money is the issue. Money is, you know, what causes all of this. And
certain lifestyle. They want a certain way in which they can operate where they don't have to worry about certain things, and that peace of mind is what they're paying for. So again, when you seeing these women moving the way they move and operating the way they operate and twerking, and they didn't just get arrested because they was ghetto. They showed you how ghetto they were after they got arrested.
They did. It's hard for me to disagree. And I don't like to, but you know, but it's hard. Just watching it. I would love to see the whole video to see, you know, what led up to it, but the end of it don't help.
And the twerking and the disrespect or whatever. And again, let me say one more thing. The one thing that you don't want to get is you don't want to be on a no-fly list. You don't want to be on...
You don't. Like, they're not even, like, you're not even thinking. You're not thinking past the moment of you want whatever in your head to be right. Like, that's not the case. We don't live in a world to whatever you feel like is right is right. No, that's not it. Because whatever nobody feel like is right. Because nobody's, you know, 100% right. We all gotta live and be respectful to each other. We all gotta share this world. So what's in your head can't be the only way. Like, respect the other people around you and respect other people. Like, understand that this is not just your world.
On a no-fly list, I think this was from Philly to Miami or Miami to Philly, one or the other. But you don't want to be on a no-fly list, so it ain't worth it to be ghetto. It ain't worth it to be ratchet. Like, leave that junk where you got it from, and you know, don't nobody want to have to experience. Even if you just want to talk about regular, everyday people that choose to fly whatever airline. I don't mind. I've never flown Frontier, and I don't mind flying it. I've never flown Frontier, but I wouldn't mind flying Spirit. I've flown Spirit before, a couple different times. It's especially for super short flights. I have flew from Spirit.
Tonight at MIA.
Has Kyrie texted you back?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's crazy that people
don't want to talk about it.
And even
After 26-year-old Devonna Cochran, 21-year-old Diajana Cochran, and 30-year-old Nafisa Dockery refused to get off their Frontier flight. Now, according to the arrest reports, it all started after a Frontier worker told them they would have to pay for their baggage. Investigators say that they refused and then got into an argument with the employee. After the employee told them that they would not be allowed on the plane unless they paid for their baggage, they stormed onto the plane. Deputies were called, they went onto the plane, and they told the three of them that they had to get off. Well, the arrest report states that the deputies, they asked them multiple times, but they refused. Law enforcement was then forced to have the entire plane evacuate in order to arrest this trio. And during the struggle, deputies say that Dockery spit on a woman. And we showed Frontier passengers the video of the women being escorted off the plane. Here's the reaction.
It's really crazy. Like, it's disturbing, because why are you acting like this towards the workers? I mean, you know the rules and
that's the thing right there. He about to say, you know the rules and regulations. They only enforce them. They didn't make this rule up. They just telling you. You're not about to get everything for free. You're not about to have a huge bag on a plane. It's just not happening, unfortunately. If you can't play, don't. That's the thing. People wanna play and they can't pay. Like, them two don't go together. If you can't play, don't pay. I mean, if you can't pay, don't play. But, you know, unfortunately, it do come from social media. Like, they watching people and seeing them living all these lives that they want to live. They want to travel these places and go do this and go do that. You don't need to. You don't need to do all that.
regulations. When you read the flight, they give you all the information, the rules. You know you're supposed to pay for baggage. Why act like this? That's insane.
He's right.
The group is
and not like you done got you and your friends and some shit.
charged with battery, trespassing after a warning, and resisting an officer. They're expected to appear in bond court.
Do they not fit the description? They absolutely, positively fit the description. They fit the description of ghetto, hood rat, and they just give you all of the stereotypes, and they just confirm everything right then and there.
Tomorrow, and we did reach out to Frontier and MIA for their statements, and we're waiting to hear back. But for now, reporting live from MIA, Anna McAllister, CBS News, Miami.
Now at 7, an outburst at the airport ends with 3 women in jail.
Yeah, this is one of them crazy stories. You know, it is what it is. They allow them. They're the reason why people can say the stuff they say about black people. You know, they're definitely a part of that reason. So it's sad, and you know, I try to stay on my solution-based side of it. Like, what's the solution? You know, what's the solution? But this is their solution. They figured, you know, this is what they gonna do. Like, they didn't think this through. Like, what was you thinking was gonna happen? People just need to sit and think for one moment before you do something. Like, you really was thinking you wasn't gonna have to pay for your bags. Like, you was right. Now you gotta sit in jail. And hopefully y'all was able to fly home. Hopefully it was worth it. Now the jobs y'all had at home, hopefully y'all still got them. But that's kind of my take on it. It's kind of hard to watch it because I just don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing it. I don't like seeing it. I don't like downing people. At the end of the day, like, even if wrong is wrong and right is right. But I don't like to be the person that's talking just, oh, this person is nasty and this. I don't like kicking somebody when they already on the ground. And that's even harsh for me to say too. But I don't like doing it. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below what y'all think about this. Not a fan of seeing it, to be honest. and we go from there with it. Let's go to our next topic. Oh, let's watch this.
This digital calendar, lightening my mental load, makes it worth every penny. I wasn't fully convinced the Skylight calendar would be able to.
Tiger Woods' video was released. It's a couple things that was confirmed in this video, that when you're rich, things are different for you. I will tell you that. Watching this whole video, make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below, because if he wasn't rich, he's not able to do the stuff that he's doing. They're not letting you make no phone calls when they there. Like, he's walking away from the scene. And
the newly released video shows Tiger Woods performing a series of sobriety tests.
You understand?
Yeah.
Perfect.
And the moment deputies handcuff him,
So at this time, if you believe your normal faculties are impaired, okay, and you're under that unknown substance, okay, so at this time you're under arrest for DUI, yes, sir.
allegedly finding 2 opioid pills in his pocket.
That's a narco. It's narco? Yeah.
like, bro, why don't you got a driver? When you get rich, life just, I feel like, just get too good for you, I guess. Like, you ain't got a concern in the world. When you could just,
Okay. Tonight, Florida's Martin County Sheriff releasing hours of footage from the star golfer's DUI arrest.
This is fun.
And that's all. Well, this is fun. Like, bruh.
Here he describes the moment he hit a truck's trailer.
Look down my phone, and all of a sudden, boom.
Then there's an apparent phone call with President Trump.
Yes, thank you so much. All right, you got it. All right, thank you. Bye. Is that good?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
In the videos,
It's right there. Like, oh, I was just talking to the president. Like, bruh. When you rich, they wouldn't need, if he wasn't where he wouldn't have been able to get that phone call. He wouldn't have been able to do nothing. They let him walk away from the scene. They was on it though, but they let him make a phone call, and this dude confirmed that he did call the president the day of it happened, because he already knew. Like, Tiger, bruh.
Woods has constant hiccups and repeatedly shakes his head. During those field sobriety tests, at times he struggles with the deputy's instructions.
Try not to move your head, okay?
You have the hiccups.
Earlier, Woods' manager asked investigators for help retrieving the star golfer's clubs, including his priceless putter.
I've won 14 majors with it.
Are you golfing in the Masters? Sure.
Man, that's the question they asked. Yeah, he probably not, but he definitely probably need to spend a little bit of time. It ain't gonna help, to be honest. But he definitely probably need to sit out for a little while. I definitely don't think it's gonna help at all, cause him sitting down ain't like a regular person sitting down. He ain't sitting in regular person jail. He comfortable in jail. He having a good time in jail. Jolly old time, huh?
Depends on y'all.
Yeah.
Somewhat.
Don't depend on me.
First responders later smashing his SUV's window to retrieve that putter. Woods' manager showing it off.
That's a piece of history right there, huh?
Once handcuffed in the back of a squad car, Woods yawns, closing his eyes. He's since pleaded not guilty and said he's stepping away for treatment. All right, Jesse Kirsch.
That's always the excuse. I'm about to step away for treatment. I need to go to rehab. Like, yeah, now that you caused an accident. Man, that's when you take advantage of the solution. But we're going to wrap up right there. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what y'all think about that. It's crazy. I need to go to Greg's. Cause she about to wake up in a couple minutes.